So encryption is nothing but, any data which you save in Google Cloud, right? By default, it is encrypted using something called Google encryption key. Okay. So you no need to worry anything about the encryption. Okay. Your data is safe or whatever it is. When you say encryption, there will be three types of encryption. One is encryption at rest. Rest means when your data is saved in the disk or whatever, how the encryption is happening. And the second one is encryption in transit. So while moving the data, okay, how it is encrypted. And the third one is encryption is in use while your application is using the data, how it is encrypting. So all these things will get encrypted by default using something called Google encryption key, platform key. Okay, now you have a financial customer, you don't want to use Google encryption key. For example, consider the worst environment where Google key is compromised and somebody stepped into the Google data center and they unmounted the hard disk and they can decrypt it if they have the key. So in that scenario, you don't want to use the Google key, you want to use your own key. Okay, that is possible. So you can create your own key in the Google Cloud, and using that key you can encrypt all your data. Okay, and this key you are going to store in the cloud itself, something called cloud key vault, key management. In Azure it is called key vault. Here in Google Cloud it is called as cloud key management. There you want to say, there you will save this key, and it is completely, you have the access to that key, nobody else. So still your compliance is not meeting, you don't want to save any key in the cloud, you don't, you want to use your on-prem key. So for example, in on-prem you have some key management system, so you want to use that key, that is still possible. You can generate the key in the on-prem and you can get the key to the cloud and you can encrypt all your data. So let's quickly see how we can encrypt the disk and how we can do it. Okay, so for that, first you need to go to uh, cloud management, cloud key management, cloud key management.
So Mohammed, you are not showing that one part like MCS and all the things with the cloud
Part
connectivity.
showing. We have another, as I told you, right? 15 minutes we have. We will show that.
Okay,
Okay.
that's why I think yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just don't go. Just wait for the final part.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I
okay.
thought
So
you may cover Citrix part in next
no.
session.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely
that's
not.
why I'm thinking also like
Definitely
same
not.
thing.
Definitely
Okay.
not. We have cloud key
Yeah, because
management
we have
service.
covered most of the stuff on the GCP itself, as we haven't touched anything on the cloud, Citrix
Yeah.
cloud. So we thought you might be covering second session for the cloud part alone.
No. In the same session, we will. Okay. So I'm going to the cloud key management. Okay. Okay, let's go to the disk. Okay, let's say I have the disk here. Okay, so I want to encrypt the disk. Okay, I want to encrypt using my key instead of using a customer key. So sorry, instead of using a cloud key, Google Cloud key. So I need to go to the disk, select the disk. Okay, go to edit. The VM is on. So let's take the VM which is in off state. Okay, master VM. Because this is very important when you deploy, your VM in a banking or financial environment. Okay, so let's do one thing here. I'll go to the create instance and here in the disk part, okay, add a new disk. Here you have an option, right? Yeah, customer managed encryption key. So you need to select this one. So it will ask you if you have any key, it will ask you. If you don't have any key, so you can select the key. You can create a key here. Key management. Okay, you need to go to key management. This is nothing but in Azure world we are saying Azure key vault. So here you need to come and you need to create a key. Okay, test VDI. Okay, I'll put it in the region called Mumbai. I'm not going to save this key somewhere else. I'll just create key. Okay. Give the key name, test key. And you want to, key rotation. Rotation means key will change after 90 days. This is best practice to do the rotation of the key so that, even if your key is compromised, they cannot able to use it after 90 days. Okay. So click create. So now you have the key. Yeah. So now you go back to your VM. You wanted to add disk, select the customer managed key. Okay, why it is not showing? Because I selected some other region, I believe. Yeah, because it will show you the key only on that region where you created the key. Okay, add disk. Yeah, customer managed key. You can see the key now, right? So when you use this key, your disk will be encrypted using your own key, so that even though somebody stolen your hard disk also, and the Google key is compromised, they cannot able to decrypt the data. So it is completely safe. Any doubt in this one before we jumping into the final topic of Citrix?
Yeah, go ahead.
No.
That's
Okay, perfect. Okay, so